Hey everybody, I'm Stephanie Feld, and this is 5-minute EMDR refreshers coming to you once again from my car. I'm going to the chiropractor and they're running a few minutes behind, so I thought, why not take a minute to talk about resourcing? So I've been having some questions come in about different ways to resource clients and what my favorite ways are, and so I'd like to share one of them with you all today. So I tend to be very in the moment, very tuned in and present to what's happening in the session. And so what works well for that is resourcing positive states as they arise. And the first resourcing activity that I always do with people is talking about what do they, either two things that they can imagine, and then we'll kind of use bilateral to tap it in. So one being, what do they want life to look like after therapy? What would it look like? What do they want? And really having them describe it with the 5 senses. What would it look like? What would it feel like in your body? What would it sound like? What would it, if there's any tastes or smells? I don't know, maybe they're really, want to feel empowered, and so they'd be wearing their favorite outfit or a perfume that makes them feel, really on top of the world, or there's coffee in their office or whatever it is. So that's one way that I'll do it, and I'll have them either hold the tappers while we're imagining it, or I'll have them share it with me kind of with their eyes closed, imagining it, and then have them do bilateral afterwards. About 24 sets is great. And then you can pause and just ask, are you feeling that now? Is it staying the same, getting stronger, or getting weaker? And as long as it's growing, until they feel complete, really you can guide them, really let yourself feel that. And then you can say, all right, now go ahead and imagine, step into that picture. Let's turn up the volume. Let's change it to Technicolor, neon colors. Let's pump it up really big onto a big screen. So you're kind of teaching them how to accentuate that really good feeling. So the first example I gave was what they want life to look like after therapy. That's more future. You could also do one in the past, which is, what's a time in your life when you felt like your very best self? Maybe you just felt on top of the world, fabulous, good in your own skin. Maybe you had just accomplished something that you were really proud of. So you can do one into the future or into the past. And do the same thing. Really help them activate all 5 senses as much as possible, and then use the bilateral to say, let's just let yourself savor it, let it soak in a little bit deeper, let yourself feel that. And that's also kind of an assessment to see if they can tolerate that in a really, kind of contained way. And then once you've kind of completed letting them feel it, you can say, okay, let's test our work. So what I want you to do is think about a situation that's just mildly annoying, like a set of 1 to 2. It's not the worst thing. It's just something that's annoying. For me, I hate it when I'm eating outside and a fly lands on my food. Or, I don't know, a really loud commercial comes on or something. Or someone cuts you off in traffic, something really minor. And then ask them, can you feel just a little bit of that irritation or annoyance right now? And usually oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then say, okay, now what I want you to do is shift back to that picture that we created before. Of course, now I'm realizing I skipped a step, which is you can have them select a keyword What word captures this feeling for you? Have them say that word to themselves or out loud with the bilateral. And you can explain, we're linking that key word to this positive state inside you. You can also link their brain to an anchor. So sometimes people will have them hold this and do bilateral, thinking of that positive state, and then explaining, okay, we're pulling up that mild irritation. We're gonna say the keyword joy, and notice what happens inside you. And most of the time people will say, oh, wow, it shifted, you know, or like, I felt softened, or whatever else. And then you say, excuse me, then you say, congratulations, you just learned to change your emotions. And that is a huge short-term success that you can give them at the very start of therapy. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you have comments, if you liked this, hit like, subscribe to follow more. We're going to take a little journey on resourcing and explore a couple different of those activities. All right, take good care, friends. Bye.